Welcome back to this channel for practice problems for actuarial exams. My name is Krzysztof Ostaszewski. You can find information about me at smarturl.it/Jedi. My advice on how to pass actuarial exams is at smarturl.it/pass. The YouTube channel where I post videos is at smarturl.it/pass actuarial exams. I also have a DTube channel and the live channel, and you can find those at smarturl.it/go pass me some exams and smarturl.it/the Saint Country Club, because my PhD advisor had this advice to his PhD students: the Saint No Country Club, go prove a theorem. Well, if you're an actuarial student, you don't have to prove a theorem, but you have to go pass me some exams, no matter what, how hard it is and frustrating it is. Your job is to pass actuarial exams. I ran online seminars for exams P, FM, IFM, and LTAM at Illinois State University. You can find them, or information about them and how to register for them, at smarturl.it/btdt-online. BTDT, that refers to my rule on how you should prepare for the exams. When you're taking the exam, the moment you look at a problem on the exam, you have to be able to say, been there, done that. If you're not able to say that, if you have to think about how to solve the problem, if you don't know immediately what to do, you're not prepared enough. And if you're taking practice exams and every time you see a problem, you're struggling, oh, what do I do, and so on, that means you haven't done enough problems, and hard ones. You should do the hard ones. If you're struggling, that means you have to do harder problems, not repeat the easy ones. And another thing that you have to do that is difficult and frustrating for actuarial exams is that you have to memorize all the formulas that show up on the exam, because you have so little time when you take the test. You have to memorize. The most standard traditional way that people do that, to memorize formulas in the exam, is to use index cards. So flashcards of some type, where you have the question on one side and the answer on the other side. And if you have somebody who cares about your performance on the test, have them test you on these flashcards every day. And it's actually better if the person doesn't know anything about the material. Then they can be relentless. They do not accept any excuses. It's very important that you memorize things. You can purchase my exam P manual at smarturl.it/btdt-p. You can purchase my FM manual at smarturl.it/btdt-fm. You can purchase my LTAM manual at smarturl.it/btdt-LTAM, and you can purchase my IFM manual at smarturl.it/btdt-IFM. I direct the actuarial program at Illinois State University. You can find information about it at smarturl.it/actuary. And you should think about studying with us, because we are a center of actuarial excellence. We won the University Award of the Casualty Actuarial Society. We are also a global center of insurance excellence, and in 2008, AM Best, the insurance company's rating company, had a classification or rating of university programs where you can study insurance in the United States, and we were listed among the best 4 in the United States. You should come study with us. If you would like to offer tax-deductible donations to support our students at Illinois State University, you can do so at smarturl.it/help ISU actuary. I always say that actuarial profession is the best job there is in the United States, bar none. You get paid like doctors and lawyers, and you don't have to work with blood, and you don't have to go and see your clients in jail. And Illinois State University is the best place to study actuarial science. But there is a downside to actuarial profession. It's the exams. They are really very, very hard. And there is a slight downside to Illinois State University. It is located in the state of Illinois, which is ruled, well, like a Soviet Union light. That's roughly how our politicians handle things. And the state is in very dire financial situation, and they don't take their responsibility very seriously in terms of public finance. So we, a state university, we run the university more or less on money from private donations and from tuition, but we're still subject to all the rules of the great and wise rulers of the state of Illinois, and that is a downside. We don't have to count on their money. We are doing okay by ourselves, but they still want to rule over us, our beloved overlords. But that's all of my rant for now. I will show you the problem for today now. This is a problem for exam FM on financial mathematics. My exercise number 248, posted previously as a PDF file. A bond with a par value of 1,000 and 6% semi-annual coupons is redeemable for 1,100. You are given that the bond is purchased at P to yield 8% convertible semi-annually, and the amount of principal adjustment for the 16th semi-annual period is 5. Calculate P, the price of the bond. So one important observation is that, as I always like to say, the United States is unlike the rest of the world, and the rest of the world is unlike the United States, and both sides are unaware of the difference. I'm not originally from the United States. I'm originally from Poland. I came to the United States to be a graduate student here, and they kept me because there is this peculiar characteristic of American economy that there is a tremendous bonus for mathematical education in the United States. If you know mathematics and know how to use it to solve people's problems, United States economy needs you very badly, because we do not educate enough people in the U.S. in mathematics and hard sciences. And yet we have a very well functioning economy where people with such education are needed, because obviously everything you learned in high school is mostly useless. The only useful things, valuable things that you learned in high school, if you learn those, is mathematics and history, of course. History is very important. And if you learn to communicate well in your English classes or some other classes like that, then that's valuable too. However, these are the areas where high schools try not to teach in the United States. There's some kind of widespread conspiracy, but I don't know who runs it, so I can't fix it, sorry. But anyway, the one way in which the United States is different than the rest of the world is we have very large debt market, and private corporations in the United States issue a lot of debt. And the norm in that debt market is that the coupons are paid semi-annually, and yet you quote the annual yield, which is effectively the nominal annual rate convertible semi-annually. So when you see this 6% semi-annual coupons, that's confusing because you may think that it's 6% per half a year. But what is meant is that this is 3% coupon paid every half year. And the yield is 4% per half year. That's statement 1 in here. So again, in the solution, I note that the expression 6% semi-annual coupons refers to 6% as the annual rate with semi-annual coupons, so that the coupon amount is 3% of par value of 1,000. And that's 3% times 1,000. So what you would normally write in the bond pricing formula is FR, and that's equal to 30. We also have C. The redemption value is 1,100. I is the effective interest rate, but it's 4% per half year. And N, the number of half-year periods until bond maturity, is unknown. We don't know it. Furthermore, the modified coupon rate, which is the rate G, such that when it's multiplied by C, gives you the same value as F multiplied by R. That's called the modified coupon rate. And of course, most of the time the redemption value is the same as the par value, but it's not the case here, and that's why it matters. And that's equal to 30 over 1100, so 3 over 110, and that's about 2.7272 into infinity, roughly 73%, and if we want to make it shorter. The price of the bond is, using the modified coupon rate formula, it's one of the formulas that you learn, it's C times 1 plus G minus I A angle N, which is 1100 times 1 plus 3 over 110 minus 0.04, multiplied by A angle N, which is 1 minus 1.04 to the negative N over 0.04. We don't know N, just remember that. And then we multiply it out and calculate it, and we end up with 750 plus 350 times 1.04 to the negative n, or minus n. The amount of principal adjustment in the kth coupon is C times G minus I times V to the n minus K minus 1. That's one of the formulas you should memorize. Or more precisely, the price of the bond is reduced by that amount if the principal adjustment is downwards, is reduced by that amount after the kth coupon payment. However, in this case, G is equal to what? 2.723 or 73 approximately percent, and I is 4%. This number is negative. So the price of the bond at each coupon payment is not reduced, it's adjusted upwards. How come? Well, we are effectively told that the price of the bond increases by 5 in the 16th payment, which makes sense since the modified coupon rate is lower than the market yield. So the bond was purchased at a discount and it appreciates as it approaches maturity. So we are told that C times G minus I times V to the n minus K minus 1 is equal to negative 5. But specifically, it's the 16th payment, so we can plug in that K being equal to 16, and this becomes 1100 times 30 over 1100, minus 0.04 times 1.04 to the power minus n plus 15. That's equal to negative 5, and we multiply it out and so on, and it becomes negative 14 times 1.04 to the 15th times 1.04 to minus n. That's equal to negative 5, so that we can calculate 1.04 to a minus n is 5 over 14 times 1.04 to a negative 15. Oh, well then we have the price, because we found that the price can be written in terms of 1.04 to minus n, so we just plug that in. And we calculated, and the price is approximately 819.41. Of course, the bond was purchased at a discount. That's confirmed in this calculation. And that's answer E. Please remember, this is copyrighted material. The problem itself comes from the Society of Actuaries. The solution is mine. Good luck in your studies, and good luck on the test. And remember, for the test, your job is to do a lot of hard practice problems before the test, and your job is to memorize all these formulas. That's how you pass. You overstudy. I know there are people who tell you that, oh, it's easy and so on. It's not. The actuarial exams are the hardest professional exams there are, and American actuarial exams are especially hard. How come? Well, one of the reasons is that they're just unreasonable. They have so little time for you to solve the problem. I come originally from Poland. Poland also has a system of actuarial exams. And guess what? On the first exam on probability, they have 3 hours and 10 questions. And on the first exam on probability in the US, what do we have? 3 hours and 30 questions. 6 minutes per question in the US and 18 minutes per question in Poland. And in fact, Polish questions on the probability exam are harder than American questions, but not 3 times as hard. That's hard to do. They're slightly harder. And of course, my favorite type of practice exam for exam P is to take 30 Polish problems, really hard ones, and give to my students for practice. And, well, it's painful, I know, but good practice. That's how you pass. Do hard problems. If you can understand Polish, you can go to the Polish Financial Supervision Authority website, knf.gov.pl, and then download the exams. And I'm still asking the Polish Financial Supervision Authority to give me a permission to post video solutions of Polish problems. But there is this legacy of Soviet and Russian and German and Austrian occupation in Poland that bureaucracy is slow and ineffective. So I'm waiting. But of course I respect their right to their problems. I would love to post those videos. Well, good luck in your studies and good luck on the test.